Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and again looking down at the city of Neuve Revergrad. And we have some things to do. I have used my superhuman powers of time stoppage to show you and talk about a plan. In addition, when I start playing time, the game gets like laggy. This is the first time I've had it happen. Again, as I mentioned in the last episode, I'm kind of suspicious of the multi-threading. So we'll see what happens. Let me pause it again. The reason I had it paused was I think it's going to be a reasonably good time to, quote, bite the bullet when it comes to getting some track electrified. Now, I have a longer term plan that I haven't fully worked out in my head, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're good on steel at this moment. Like, this is fully filled up. If we look at this train, it is pretty much filled. So what I would like to do with this train is send him, and I didn't want him to get into that station, which is the reason I paused it. I want to send him, let's take this. I think we would want to, how do we want to do this? So, by the way, we got our power over here, though we don't have all of the pipes over here for the bitumen train, but that's okay, because that guy I think I'm going to send to the depot. But let's limit the amount, and I think we definitely want a good amount of steel. So what else would we want to share with the steel? I don't think it really matters. We probably use the most prefab panels, but we use very little boards, right? Yeah, so let's just do the rest. We'll kind of balance this out. Yeah, let's do that. Get that guy to 100%, and then we'll say, why don't we do 130 tons of boards, which is more than we would probably ever need. And then this one can do the other stuff. So let's limit the amount, and we'll do mostly prefab panels. And then some bricks. And we'll do a few extra bricks. 200 of bricks, 500 of prefab panels. We don't need any wood. So there we go. So those two are set up. So if we were to send our steel train, and I think what I want to do is, yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do, but he can't go back to that steel mill. So what I'm thinking of is that we come here and we say, just for now, why don't you come to that steel mill and load steel up? Just so that he has, if nothing else, he'll have two things. So we'll take him off. That other steel mill is semi-officially shut down. And then, let's see, if you were to go to that steel mill, yeah, I'd really want you, after you got done with that one, why don't you come to here and then unload. And then see if you can get to the other things. He may end up, he's going to Importska, which might be a problem with this plan 2 of my thing. But I think that, yeah, and it might be a problem. We'll see. But he'll go to car manufacturing here. He'll turn around. He'll go over to Itupafalu. Then he will go down to MB. Yeah, and then he'll go to Importska. This is MB distribution, menu button. And then he'll go up to, well, not in, oh, Importska, yeah. So the Importska one, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. If he gets stuck up, then that's fine, but at least he won't come in here any longer, correct? All right, so good. So that takes care of our steel train being in here, so he should hopefully divert right away. And then the other one is, let's see, how are we doing on bitumen? We have some, not much fuel. I was a little, this was in the back of my head during the last episode. Oh yeah, look. We really want to stop this guy for a little while anyway, because he's loading up with fuel, and let's just send him back to this depot. And then the only other train that really has to come in here is going to be this chemical train, which is going to shut down our plastics, and he's on his way back out of here. So what I'm thinking of is, at this point, why don't we just eliminate him coming into here and, yeah, delete that stop. So Electronville warehouse, and then just export the rest, whatever you have left over. So the good thing about that is we will need electronic components as we're electrifying that track, and he'll still come in and drop said items off at whatever one this is. That's the plastics. Oh, no, that's right. This one. So he'll still come into here with his chemicals. He just won't... We may run out of plastics before this is all over, but hopefully we can get this done relatively quickly, because he was coming to here with his chemicals so that we could make plastics. Now, eventually, I'd like to just eliminate this. I just built it here because it was so close to our refinery. But in the future, as I may have mentioned, if you had watched closely all of the episodes recently, I would like to make plastic tin here, where we would use this oil to a refinery. Maybe nothing real big, but just enough to make some plastics. We would export whatever excess we made, but then we'd be closer to this anyway. Now, we could also talk about... we have a good chemical industry here. However, I'm not real impressed with the city of Chemsol. So I don't know. I guess we want to keep this here, but it really wouldn't break my heart if we also made a couple extra chemicals here, which we could take right over. We'll see. That's a little bit too much speculation for me at this point. So there we go. So we got all of these trains should get out of here. And then once they do, let's play time forward a little bit. Really, it's this. Yeah, get this guy out of here. And is he... Let's make sure he makes the right turn. Steel train. Yep, there he goes. So eventually we're just going to become completely filled, which we kind of already are. Well, just about. We got very little left. But we can still get trucks in and out of this steel. And like I said, I think we have enough steel everywhere just with the fact that that guy was coming back. So we just need to wait for this guy to get off of this track. And then we'll see what we can do to electrify as much of this as possible. Now the problem that we're going to have... Yeah, this is... What are you? Oh, you're the chemical train. Okay. Yeah, that's... Well... Yeah, that's okay, because we're just sending you up to Electronville. I'll show you what I mean by that's okay. This track is already electrified up until this point. So I'm thinking that we get this guy actually to start electrifying, because this guy doesn't have a way, the one by Kameen here, doesn't have a way to get over to this track, right? He's completely separate. Now, he can come all the way over to here and start helping. So what I'm thinking of is getting all three of these guys. Yeah, let's pause time once... Yep, that guy's off. All right, let's pause... Oh, no, he's not completely off. Let's let him get back into the depot. And hopefully no other trains come in here in the meantime. Yeah, let's just hope. Because all of the track on the other side of that tunnel is already electrified. So it's just... All right, there we go. So now we should be able to pause it. And I have avoided... yeah, that'll be fine. As long as nobody's on this track. And even if we stop somebody from moving, I'm kind of okay with that. Just for the sake of, as they say, biting the bullet. I don't know why they say biting the bullet. I mean, obviously, I can understand what that means, but it's kind of an odd thing to say, isn't it? All right, so let's come over, and at some point here, yeah, that's already electric track. All right, let's electrify all of this. Where am I at? Oh no, keep going. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't going. Okay. Let go of that. All right, yeah, here's where I was. All right, so why don't I pause it, even though we just kind of got started, and just, I'm going to electrify everything. I think this is just too boring, even for YouTube. This is going to be a helter-skelter kind of episode, I think. It's just going to be just trying to get this done ASAP, with trying to show you guys the interesting bits, but not all the drudgery. So let me pause it, and when this is electrified, I'll come back and we'll get the construction started up. Okay, but the only thing that changed in my plan since I paused it, I paused the game, and this is about the only, like from here to here, but I kind of half forgot or didn't realize how far up our new farm location was. And really this guy is in good shape the whole way. He's electrified. Not down into here, but at least what I'll call the main track is. So it really wasn't that much to assign just from here to here. And it also, I think, will let me get the clothing rail station involved. So I canceled. He's still working on getting this electrified because as we built up our vodka industry a little bit more, I thought we'd get our trains going. But now we're going to divert him to our, I don't want to call it an emergency task, but our high priority task. So let's move him up where I can see his button. And I went and changed all the signaling, I hope. So I'm going to find out shortly if that's actually true. All right, so which one's this? Brzezinsk South. So let's head down there. So Brzezinsk South here will come up this track, hopefully, and work on that and that. Now there was a couple little sections that I was really, where is it? Oh, like this one had, I don't know. I just ended up purchasing that little bit because it was like 72 separate, not 72. It was just, I couldn't even tell what was going on, and I got confused because like I ended up putting the track sideways. So then anyway, let's go to Kamin Rail Construction, which is this one. Now he doesn't have a direct route, but he doesn't have a direct route out to this track, but he should be able to come in here. We got one wait on them though, don't we? Yeah, I need to change these signals before I can do that. That's okay. We'll do it. Do I want to do that? Yeah, that's fine. So what I've been doing is just taking, for the most part, trying to keep them the way they were. So if there was a chain signal, I just made it a two-way chain signal. Right, and all those should be, I don't know how much I should worry about that because I have to go back and change them all back again. But there could be trains coming in here, so I would just assume they have, the other tracks don't matter as much because they're not going to be usable until I free them up, so to speak. So at least these chains might help if a regular train comes in. Yeah, that one doesn't, I don't need to worry about that one. But yeah, I'll stick with what I was doing. Shouldn't take too long here. See, trains could still come into this, I think. So I don't want to completely mess them up. All right, there we go. So now should be able to take Kamin Rail Station here and assign. Doesn't connect. Okay, so there's something else. Is it? Okay, further up here. Yeah. Nope, not that. Yeah, this is liable to cause issues. Right here. Well, we'll see. The whole thing's liable to cause an issue, right? Not that one. It could stay the way it is. Might not make a difference, but it might. And if the difference is not letting the train out, going up the wrong way, that's a good difference. You would have thought I'd had a. Oh, that's right. It doesn't need a chain in because it's not. It's only a single track. We don't. Oh, we still have our crisscross here, which is good, I guess. I'm not sure how much difference it'll make. But yeah, I think we're just going to bite the bullet on this whole thing, and he should be able to make it to here now. There you go, game save. Yes. Yes. Okay, and then last but not least is Tagliati, which is up on the other side of the mountain. And all the other stuff on the other side of the mountain is done. So let's see, can we... Good. Okay, so let's play some time and see what happens. I really want to watch this like a hawk, so I'm not sure that I need to play time forward. I just need to get these guys out, make sure they're all going, and just get this done ASAP, because it's no doubt it's going to cut into our money and things like this steel train. He's about to turn around. I bet you can get a question mark. This guy just has problems, and yeah, no, is he electrified yet? See, the part of this is, yeah, see, the problem with this train in part is that he can't get back onto this other track. Like, there's no, I even tried to put one in here and it just acted goofy. But the problem is he doesn't, when we made him 6 long, he doesn't have enough room to get in here. So I think what I'll need to do is just shorten him back up, because he keeps getting stuck there. Now, okay, you're going to go out the other way, which is fine. Yeah, I'm hoping that at least the fact that we have a double track here helps eliminate some of the issues. So are you sending 2 trains out, I hope? No workers. I don't see a second one, but hopefully you send 2 out. Now, how are you doing? Are you South Brzezinsk? Have you sent 2 trains out, I hope? There's 1. Yes, so this guy's got 2 out. Does Tagliati? Well, I think there might be a train. I don't know. Is there... That's quarries. Was there? Oh, no. You know what? We didn't have like any signaling along this whole stretch. So the steel train was blocking me. So hopefully that steel train, where did the steel train go? Well, there's one construction train. And then, okay. Yeah, I think the best, or the easiest way to deal with this is just cancel that. And I don't think he'll be coming up that way anymore. I just assigned a little bit ahead of schedule, so to speak. So now let's go back over to here. And I think that was this one, yes. All right, so Kameen, send 2 out, right? Or did they? Yeah, this has definitely got the potential to cause a traffic jam. Really, I probably should move that crisscross. Yeah, there's a traffic jam right there. Oh, no, not that one. This one. All right, so let's reassign that. Hopefully this guy... Yeah, he should get down there before this guy gets out. So let's... And I think that was this one. Yes. All right, well, I'm going to do this for a while. And let's go take a look at our other constructions. How are... This guy... Are you assigned to much? No, not too much. I had him doing some roads. Where are we going? Over here. Just because he has asphalt near him and... far from efficient, but we're actually getting to the point we could move stuff in here, which I think as we get this electrical thing done, I think at the same time we should consider ramping this up, right? But I didn't want to do all this ramping up and hopefully getting them to come up here, because remember, if we go back real quick, we haven't put the construction supplies into here. So the grand scheme of the whole episode is to get all of this electrified, and then I'm not sure how much time we'll have, but that's one of the reasons I'm cutting the video here, is we can talk about getting, get that fuel train going again and getting things going, I guess you could say. We might even want to get a separate fuel train if we're running out of fuel, but not bitumen. And just sort of not export fuel until we want to. We'll have to see we'll just have to see how it goes. I don't want to run out of fuel in places. So, but I do want to assign this guy to more roads. So does that make sense that we would then, because I think we're ready to get materials in here. We got our power. There are some issues like this. Might as well assign him to that. Like I said, mostly I want to get him doing anything that needs asphalt because he is just more prepared. You know what? He can probably work on this road, even though it's not the best one to work on. Just get them doing stuff and things. Not trying to be too scientific about it at this moment. Yeah, this guy's got plenty assigned. Our rail construction's busy up here. Yeah, this guy's got more than his fair share. Hopefully he doesn't run out of steel with the little... Well, again, we should be able to get steel out of here with trucks. So in a bit of an emergency, I can send some flatbeds out to get steel to where we absolutely have to have it. There we go. This should go pretty quickly. They do electrify tracks usually pretty fast. So we'll see what happens. See, they'll get a good chunk of this done with each trip back and forth. All right, well, let me pause it, and I'm just going to mostly, I'll keep an eye on some of the other constructions just to keep people busy, but mostly just make sure we don't have jam-ups in this whole thing, which just won't be very exciting, completely honest. It's probably going to be quite boring, but we'll keep it going, and I'll come back probably when at least most of this is going and electrified. So I will see you guys in a minute or two. Okay, all of the work up there is done. I came down here, just paused it for a second just to freeze it in place to see what happens with this, but all of the tracks have been switched, I hope, back to the right signaling. Now this guy still has a question mark. Where is he trying to go? In Portska. So yeah, he wants to go the exact opposite direction. Now, I don't know if maybe he has a question mark just because of that, but one of the next things to do would be to get all of these trains to go to the right stations. Like this, we're looking at the brick train right here. Now why are you, okay, unload everything. Why don't, okay, yeah, so sometimes they just get questions because the track they were trying to go on, looks like we got a little head-to-head action going here, don't we? Yeah, the signaling down here needs to be straightened out. But I have, in looking at what we're going to do in the next phase, here, let me get rid of the head-to-head action. Yeah, if we just delete this for a second. I think this would be a problem almost no matter what we did. There we go. So once he's in there, we should be able to... Oh, look at that. He went right through that other train. Okay. Whatever works for you, buddy. There. So I don't know about... we have these are two-way signals, and hopefully we get this traffic jam cleared up because... we're doing pretty well with the economy despite this little backup, so hopefully we'll get this going. As far as, if anything, our money's gone up a little bit, which sort of surprises me. I'll just show you. So all of this, as far as I know, has been electrified. There was even a section of this track that got electrified, this other one that needed it, and I had missed it. So, but everything down here is now electrified, and I think all of the signals are back to working. But in coming around and looking, I was just debating, do we upgrade all of this? And I think I would like to, 23 million is not a huge amount of money for us, but I think I would like to do that. I want to get some of these vehicles off of here, because what I would like to do, I think, is bite the bullet and electrify at least up until... Or at least get it so that these trains can get on here. And then I'm thinking, well, do we just electrify at least up until here? I don't know that... Well, I might even just, while we're doing it, just electrify. Because we do have this guy up here. And I would like to get it to where we just have all electric tracks for two reasons. I'm worried that if I try to... Oh, we got this head-to-head thing going again. Okay, let's get rid of that. This... Yeah, you know what? I think I may get rid of this one No, well, it's because I got that crossover. I'm not sure. I need to take a close look at this, which I'm not. Oops, let's delete the signal. Yeah, let's see if we can get them going in and out of here the right way. I'm not sure. Oh, this is, if we're going to do this, yeah, then the in this way, right? I don't know that's just too much going on in one spot as far as signaling goes. But anyway, let's get these guys at least rolling so that they're not all in the area that I want to work in. So, as a general statement, this loop I just want the construction supplies. So it's great that this steel is on it, but I can't. One of the supplies is going to be this little tank farm here. Plus, this isn't electrified, even though, well, it is electrified, but it doesn't have electricity to it. So what I'm thinking of doing is kind of extending this bridge. I need to sort of make sure, you know, nobody's on that track. Now, and let's pause it. So I don't know what problems this is going to cause, but I'm willing to just bite the bullet, as they say. And yeah, our road going through here has always been a bit annoying to me. And the question will be, you know, I don't necessarily, I want to make a bridge here so this guy can get underneath. The problem is, how do I do it in such a way? Yeah, if I go too far this way, I get into these buildings, but then the question is, do I even need these buildings anymore here? If I were to bring it further over, because this one I would want to stay on this track, though it could be extended further, right? These are all like what I would call local supply wood and gravel, even though gravel's not necessarily always wood, you know, supplied. Yeah, that's a good question. That gravel train, well, I could get the gravel train to come this way. And I did build this. The wood train doesn't need to come this way. It could, yeah, see, I mean, I don't really need the wood or the lumber on this line at all. I don't know that I need this line at all, other than for the purposes of, like, exporting corn. So I think the first step in that process is going to be come into here, and I want to see about building a bridge. I'm just being hesitant, aren't I? Let's be confident. And I don't see any vehicles that are going to block us one way or the other. So let's just start deleting stuff. Now, one of the things that was going through my mind that I didn't say out loud is, yeah, is that going to delete? Yeah. Do I delete this bridge? Let's not delete too much of this because it's already electrified track, which is top dollar, right? We'll see how this works out. So the question here is, yeah, do I delete this bridge altogether? Most of the trains would go this way, but there is the possibility of the chemical trains coming up. Or do I just get the chemical train out a different way? The wood could come in here. What is this guy? This is crops. Yeah, see, the crops could stay on that line. Well, really, the wood could stay on this line as well. And then the only other issue would be the gravel train coming in and out of here would have to come from this one. So I'm questioning whether I keep this thing, but it looks like I should, other than, yeah, let's just see. Can I get a train up 3? Let's go build railway, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see, this is what I'm afraid of. I have no idea if that's particularly in the direction we want to head. No. Sit on the wireframe helps a lot. All right, so let's delete that. 1, 2, 3. Right, and then, see, you gotta watch out when you're on a hill. This one. Nope. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it underneath there. I would make it underneath of here. Yeah, we need to delete more of this. No doubt. One, two, three. Yeah, I think that would be... Yeah, one less right there. Just make those as wide as we can. Doesn't have to be perfectly, yeah. Bring it a little bit more this way. So a little bit that way. Nope. Do I got the right thing? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's, and it doesn't probably look that much different, but it. What do you got? What are you doing? Come on. Why are you doing that? Am I just missing? Okay. No idea what you're doing or why. Oh, yeah, I could go over there. I don't want to go out there. All right, go on. Let's try this one first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think like this, maybe? Is that where I was at? That's not quite what I was picturing, but can I at least build one side by side? Yeah, there he goes. All right, now let's go 1, 2, 3 down. And then electrified track. $12 million, 8.4 million rubles if we were to auto purchase it. So then the big question is, can I get through here while that's still white? Not that way. Yeah, I guess the thing, can I even get one line through there? No, no. Look, they're two different. Why are they two different trains? Look at the way that staggered them back and forth. Strange. Yeah, the rail bridge building in this 1, 2. Yeah, I want you to be like that. Right? Is that nice? Oh, I didn't do the 1, 2, 3 thing. Yeah, first of all, it's hard to get an angle on it in the sense of if you're not looking at it down from this direction, then you can't really see that you've lined up straight. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Now, why won't you... Okay. All right, I don't know. Okay, let's just... Yeah, thank the Lord for small favors, I think some people say. All right, now a little bit of electrified track, and then to some degree the hard part will be... Can I get... No. No, why are you doing such goofy... See, that wants to attach to this track immediately. And I don't care if we go through two different sections. like, could I get it to go from, say, here? See, now, like, it wants to go, oh, there we go. So if I start from a little bit further back, maybe I could get it to turn just a little bit tighter. I don't know if that's true. Let's get rid of these signals. Signals tend to mess you up. So what the signal about maybe here? The signal was what I was eyeballing up to a little bit like here. Yeah, it doesn't. Let's just go one more. Nah, it seems to. Oh, yeah, but see, I don't think I'm going to get two through there anyway. Not that I really need to, but I think I'd rather start here, go through. No, didn't I just start there before? No. Maybe that would work. I'm going to turn it as tight as I can get away with. No, I had a feeling. All right, so let's go. It's funny how it seems like I move it over a little tiny bit and then it. Okay, I'll take that. All right, and then we can get rid of some of this. Yeah, let's go back to its. Now the question is, can we do the same thing in the other way, and do we need to? I'd really like to. I mean, this would need to come over to this other track over here. This would be the in, so it would need to come to this track. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Would this work over here, even though it would be kind of a mess? Nah. It's too confused about what I'm trying to tell it to do at that point. So, let's see. Let's try to get through this way. That building might have to go. Yeah, so this would be in, right? Because it's coming in, and then this would be the back out. So let's see if we can't, yeah, get it to join up with that for just a half a heartbeat. Though I don't, no, you know what? I don't like the way that looked on the other end. But can we then go from this way? Yeah, see, I like the way that looks a lot better, a lot smoother. And then this would have to come over to there. Now the other thing is we have this. And we also have gravel on the other side. So if we're going to have gravel delivery and it's going to be going on this track, then it should probably go to both of these. And we'll just, even though it's not part of our normal loop, rather than building another, like 14 million if we want to complete this track manually. And some of it we almost might need to do manually. But I think this should be doable without destroying too much of our things. Let's just sort of commit to it. And then I need to make sure that there's two-way signals. Right? And we really don't even need these signals. But make sure there's two-way from this construction office. Let's hit escape. And get those two assigned. And then, yeah, we just need to get those built. And then eventually, and while we're here biting the bullet, as I said earlier, I think we just want to electrify all of this track. Yeah, this is a mess. When you get those real little short sections. Yeah, like that is almost impossible to deal with right here. You gotta be real careful, or else you miss one of those and it comes back to haunt you. And yeah, see, I think there's a, yeah, see, there's little tiny itty bitty sections. See how that, that's not what we want there. See, there's a section somewhere here. Yeah. It's gonna start like here. And can I get to the right? There we go. See that? I'm learning. There we go. And then so if our gravel trains, I think all of this we can get to from, did I miss? There we go. I'd like to get it to at least where the gravel trains could be electrified. You don't like that? How about that? You get into these little tiny sections, and you, because they put these things on there, you really can't tell if it's, if you got it all or not. And then when you didn't get it, you know, then it's the whole thing doesn't work. Fortunately, a lot of times you can tell if there's a little symbol for no electricity, if the rest of it's electrified, but not. So you know what's going to probably happen here is that I'll end up electrifying all of this before it's all said and done, but at least we can get the gravel train to be electric. Don't want to worry about that right now. Is there another one? No, I think I must have got that one. All right, there's not too much in here, but we do have trains on it. And we have a train there, but that's okay too. So that'll all be electrified. Then the question is, do we want to keep going this way? And I think if we're going to do all of this, I may even at some point move over. I hope I got everything there. Kind of looks like I probably did. And that one. Yeah, I think if I don't do this, the part of the problem that we've already experienced is that when half the track's electrified, you end up just never being able to send all the trains where you want. And then the other thing is the way we're sort of dividing this up into two sections. There we go. The way we're dividing it into two sections, or two loops, I would need to put diesel on those other loops, and I really just want to get this done. So there we go. Probably 20 grand worth of track, but and eventually what I'll do, yeah, I really, oh, you know what, I can have, yeah, let's move down since they're pretty close, and I don't think it should be a big issue. Can I send these guys down to here? I think that's where they started out not too long ago. Well, a while ago now, but there we go. Started time. Let's turn off our wireframe. I will shrink this up over here so that I keep coming back to it. And so now we have a plan that everything but the gravel that gets divvied down to here, and then we could even talk about... See, one of the problems that I have with that, remember I got rid of this track here to start separating things? That, I think, might have been a mistake. Because at this point, this gravel train, which would come from here, doesn't have any way of getting to here. It would be pretty darn awkward to put in another intersection. However, could we get an intersection in here? It's very busy. I mean, I think I probably could. Yeah, let's make it electrified, of course. It's behind me. Yeah, I would probably come... Yeah, I guess like that. Right? Will you just snake the whole way over here? Yeah. I mean, then that gravel train could come here and hop off. Now, the only other... Yeah, that's going to... Well, we might take a hit with our economy with all of this, but just to give you an idea, that's $500,000 worth of track right there. Just about. $491,000 if we were to purchase the stuff. Now, I understand that I could sell stuff for a lot more, but it's just strikingly high paced here in 2011. All right, so that's being worked on. And then when these trains get down here, which hopefully they will without any issues. Here, there's one. What are you? You're delivering steel. Yeah, hopefully a lot of our stuff will keep going. The biggest issue will be jam ups. I'll probably end up having to babysit down here for quite a while. But that'll get us there. Now the other thing, and this will be very painful. Oops. See, look, they're running out of fuel. Now they're moving like 2 miles an hour. Why are you running out of fuel? Yeah, see, this is exactly why I'm doing all of this. But I was hoping to come in here and... Yeah. I don't understand. Sometimes they, like, go fast. You know what? I think maybe we could try to send them back to a depot. Let's try to send this one just because it's facing this way. Yeah, see how, like... They'll go back to the depot at relatively high speed. It's just, I think they're too far away from a... Yeah, you go... Where's the other depot? There it is. Yeah, at least get off the tracks if you're going to go that slow. And then we'll see if we can't... Yeah, see what we can't do. Okay, so you guys decide to come head-to-head. Matter of fact, I've fixed you enough, and we're going to be constructed over here enough that I'm just going to get rid of those two signals. The reason I have those signals is so that when we're doing light construction over here, we're not clogging up this intersection all the time, which we tend to do if these guys are coming in and out of here. But they're going to be coming in and out, and they're going to be our priority over other trains. Like get this done ASAP type thing. And then, yeah, you're the first one coming in. We will possibly jam up right here because I have two different guys going out on two different one-way, like back and forth. But I'm going to send this guy here, and oh, we don't have two-way signaling. And this one, well, we'll make a boat chain. There, now. You know, why are you... So yeah, see, this kind of thing starts happening, but... Well, I can still assign it, right? Hopefully that won't cause a problem. So you assign this one. Now let's assign this one. So we might as well get those worked on, and then... we could get that worked on. Now the other thing is these I might just purchase. Otherwise I have to get the train... And there's no particular way this guy's going to get from the other direction. And to send these guys down there and have them loop around. Oh, no, you know what? These guys, within the bounds of whatever traffic jams I'm causing to begin with. We got a standoff going on here. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Fun. So I have two options. First, let's just get this guy out of the way. No signal there. Just keep going. Yeah, that's going to push the redness back into here. But that's better than the redness being right there, right? So what I was thinking of doing is I could send these guys all the way down there. But do we really have the one-way? Yeah, we still have a lot of one-way. Yeah, I think we might just bite the bullet and pay for this. Ready? It's just too far away for my lack of aggravation needing. There we go. So we have electrified track there. How much is this going to cost? 451 grand. Yeah, so that's good. So we'll get that done much more quickly. Yeah, here we go. So we've just got nobody wants to go anywhere. Now, why won't you go? Oh, you're feeding back. Are you feeding back on yourself? Yeah, let's get rid of these signals. Yeah, we're going to have a constant traffic jam here. Yeah, this guy ended up not freeing anybody up, did he? Because this guy's in here. So let's get this guy. I think I need to make these regular signals. Because they're the trains that are coming out of here. Somebody moving. Now, why do you now have a question mark? Oh, you're probably trying to go back up to the food factories. All right, well, you could sit there. Okay, I'm going to just keep doing this for quite a while. Watch some YouTube videos or whatever else. And hopefully we can get done enough of this quickly enough to not cause a complete meltdown of our economy. Would it be worth purchasing all of this? Well, not really, because I think it's going to be like all of our money if we were just to purchase this little bit. So we'll see. And then we'll take a look, you know, what do we got going on here? So you need to leave all of a sudden. Yeah, you just need to stop. And we're going to be working towards you in a minute there. All right, guys. I'm just going to sit here and construct this. Now, why are you stopped? Are you... All right. Let's... I mean, you... you know what? Now that I think about it, we probably need to get a signal. See, we're not going to be... Yeah, we probably need to get a signal, which I don't want to mess this guy up. Let me put one here. If I put one there, it's going to mess this other guy up. And this one could probably use a signal as well. I think that's what we're doing, is we're looping back through here because we just don't have enough. And then maybe... I hate making all these little nodes, but I don't know. When you're doing the construction like this, I think it's hard to avoid. But yeah, okay, good. So those two are getting in there. What about... Where's the other... This guy... And the other problem I want to do over here is we don't have many electrical components sent this way. Let's cancel purchasing prefab panels. I don't think that's necessary anymore. What happened to our other rail crane? Didn't I say? Oh, did it never? Oh, it never made it because this guy. All right, can you go to a depot? You're better off at a depot than clogging up everybody. And Is he moving? Where is he? Well, let's get the... Okay, now he's not moving because of the construction train. All right, I think you guys get the idea. Let me sit here and babysit train construction crew, hoping that my entire economy doesn't come crashing down on us while I sit here and wait. That took quite a while in real life. I guess in game too. I didn't even really look. But we got it done, and we got some other things done around the map that we were sort of waiting on. So I have a feeling, at least from my past experience, that when I spend so long doing this kind of thing, you can see the last construction crane, I actually ended up going all the way up to here with the electric track. So we've got all this electrified all the way down through here. This is all electrified. Down in here is all electrified. So as we start switching over, the only significant chunks are the rest of this track up to Molna, but we already have the other track, right? So it would be possible to even potentially abandon this track as far as our usage of it. If possible, you know, we might be able to build a little train or a little crossover or something if we had to. And this track here, so this is going to be a problem too, because we don't really have a good way in from every direction in the meantime. You can see we took a pretty good hit on the money. I didn't change too much up. I did purchase a few of these things that would have been really difficult to get another crew in, like say, well, this one's not electrified, but there was a few, well, we purchased this when we were still together. Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know. I think I purchased this one just because it would cause so much havoc. And I think I can also, let's go back and put the signals back to right. So this would be a chain signal into there. Regular signal out, regular signal out. So that way we don't get people going the wrong way. Now I have no idea what havoc I have wreaked on myself. Yeah, so I think we could put a chain signal there. Regular signal back out. I don't think we should put a signal in between the two bridges because that'll just get them stopping on that road, and I'd rather they just plow right through there. It kind of can't avoid it right here. Yeah, let's do, okay, so that is a good chain. Yeah, this is sort of a mess, and I definitely think this should be a chain. And I really think I have to get rid of this because that's just going to cause more problems than it's worth. And this, yeah, this should be one way. Like I said, I don't really know all the problems that this is going to cause, but we'll work them out slowly but surely. Yeah, this should be that and this. Oops, wrong one. And then chain. Chain now. Wrong way. Yeah, these just should be. Yeah, why are you? Oh, you don't have a way back anymore, do you? Oops. Yeah, you're on the other track. I forgot about you. And I was all happy when he was the last one done because I thought, oh, you'll have no problem getting all the way back. There we go. Are you on? Yeah, you're on the. Why don't you have a path? Why is that red? Now that I think about it, no, you are on the right way, so you shouldn't. Yeah, see, sometimes when you mess with the signals, I have noticed that they get locked up. That was just a regular signal. Yeah, this could be back to one way before I forget. Oops, I didn't mean to spin you around like that, but... And then this should be be like this. We're running out of time here in the episode, so I'm going to have to call it quits, but I do want to sort of just wrap it up, get this at least running, theoretically. Yeah, might as well switch them while I'm here. Thank you. Game safe. And then this, I guess, should be a chain. Now this is a little bit of a weird situation. Yeah, I think I'm going to chainify this because I get trains coming in here. I just want to see what this does. I get them go in there once in a while, even though that's for like the lumber and the wood. Yeah, see, this is sort of has to be two-way as well. All right, it's a goofy situation that I should probably just improve. Now, what are your problems? You are the lumber train. You are the problem train, so we're gonna have to send you back. You want to go to Lumbriska or Chemsaw Open Storage. You are going to need to go to a depot, and I think you can make it to this one. What do we got going on up here? Okay, so you can't get to your... What are you doing? See, this is where they... this is where the problem comes in, that they need fuel. And they end up coming like goofy ways and then trying to turn around and Lord knows what. I will really be glad to get done with the fuel thing. So let's send this guy... What do you have on you? You have just bricks. So why are you going to MB Distribution twice? I don't know. Let's get rid of that. And we don't want you to go to Molna Custom. Can you go to Molna Customer House? I think you'll be just as confused. Why can't you go to Importska? Yeah, you should go to Importska. Is there a signaling issue that I missed? Let's follow it again. I don't know if we could straighten out all the problems, but I hope so. Let's zoom out a little bit. Make sure... Oh, you can't get from this track. Why is that one still one way? Or two way? I don't know. Okay. Now you can get to Importska unless I have a signal wrong. I have a signal wrong. I have a deliberate wrong signal. How long has that been going on? Oops. I guess it's been going on since the beginning of the episode, which in real life is much longer than the average episode. So, yeah. Now, can you flip around for me? And the Tupa flew. What did I do? Delete that? Oh, Lord. All right. Go to. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, so when you get... We're going to have to redo all these. I guess I want to do it with you guys, but it's also liable to be extremely boring, potentially. Like, for example, this guy... Right now, he's loading at MB Distribution, but really, like, if he... Who knows if we want him to end his route there, but I really want to, like, divert all the bricks over to here because it's our lone brick factory that we did to reduce pollution is right there. So rather than driving the bricks all the way over to MB, like, I would have the trucks come here. But I just don't have enough time left, really, in the episode if I'm going to keep it, you know, around the hour mark. Yeah, so, well, you can unload anything. That's not a bad idea. I should probably do that. Whenever I have a customs house, put the unload of anything. That way I know, like, I would recognize this is the brick train, but then you're going to a customs house. I might keep that as the new standard. Okay, let's take a quick look around. I think I got everything. There might be a signal or two. Yeah, no, a signal or two here. No. Yeah, I probably want, well... Yeah, I'll put a signal back in here. Yeah, whatever. There we go. I don't think that mattered that much in my life. Okay, so now, in the next episode, we will Oh, what do we got going on here? This is exactly. So you want to go, why don't you go back to the chemical storage? Because you can't get there, can you? Yeah, you can get there. Yeah, go back to the chemical storage. Oh, wait. Yeah, stop that. Now go back to the chemical storage. Can you flip around? Is it a signaling issue? Could be. Let's make sure, because I did go in here and mess with it, right? Are you not? Did you clear up? Yes, you cleared up. Okay, good. So that's probably the reason this guy has a question mark. And lumber was becoming an issue. If we come back real quick and look, I was purchasing many things here. So let me come here. Oops, not purchase new here. And I did have to buy new trains once in a while, which I really wish there was a way to just reset them rather than have to pay the money to sell them. And then, yeah, let's not auto purchase anything else there. We had stuff, but we just didn't have enough steady. And with the problems we were causing, I figured, well, let's just make sure we always have enough to keep these trains going. But yeah, I don't think we have any other major issues. Sometimes you can just look around like this guy. Okay, so you need to go back to the depot. And then hopefully you'll be able to find a fuel station from there, or we'll switch you over to electric. I think we might be able to switch him over to electric. Yeah, but a lot of times you can look like across the whole map if you don't have too much junk. You can see. But let me just catch up real quick and then we'll go. We have built all of the houses over here, which was not overly dramatic. If you saw one, you saw them all. I think we probably need to switch up the kind of houses. But then again, I don't know. When I've seen some Soviet or whatever kind of towns, it seems like a lot of the same flats. You know, like once they figured out to build one, they just kept building them and building them and building them. Like, I know that's probably unfair and not true of most Soviet towns, but it certainly seemed like some of that kind of stuff went on. And it's true here in America too. It's not just there. So in any event, we have a lot of this is sort of being built, even though it doesn't look like as much, but all the roads should be done in here. So I'll do a double check, but we could be ready to get rid of this construction area and build our bridge so that we could get ready to design and build more houses over here. And then this is the more exciting. So like in the beginning of the next episode, we want to, like the reason we did all this electrifying was so that we could make a construction loop. So I'm reasonably certain that we're going to be able to get in here and get, with the issues allowed for, like one thing I noticed was we probably need a crisscross here because they can't go in and out on the same track. So there'll be little things like this that we need to put in. And I'll probably come like right after that. Because we want to make sure it's plenty long for any train, right? No, you want to do that to me? So I'll get some extra things like that done. I've been just assigning, sneaking up here in between traffic jams and babysitting and just not looking for this kind of thing, but I knew this was a problem. The rest of them can go straight through. Wow, this one can't go straight through. Why is there a train track to that even? That's a bit of a waste, isn't it? Well, I guess steel's real important. I don't know. I really didn't need a railroad track there, though. Okay, well, we'll decide whether... Well, we might as well leave it now that we paid for it, right? There's no benefit. It's not like we sell it back and get money if we took it back up. But we're plugging away in here. A lot of these roads are done. So like I said, so the next few episodes, there'll be more than just the construction going on. And I know there wasn't a huge amount of it in some ways here. I feel like this was a very disjointed video, so sorry about that. It's just the nature of the game, I suppose. So, but we're ready to go. We're still ready to get this fired up. We had a little bit more construction delay, but now I feel a lot better that we can get all of these trains theoretically. I think we're really ready to almost call ourselves electrified. I'm concerned about this. And we may find ourselves biting the bullet, as they say, and getting this electrified as well. But But we'll see. To some degree, I'd even be willing to... Well, we'll just have to see. We do need to get the trains into here, so... One of the problems is they can only get in from the one direction. So we might just electrify up to this point. I don't know. Then you might as well go the whole distance. All right, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. We're getting way long. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.